All right, this is the Rob Kendall Show. That's my name, joined as always by the lovely April D. Gregory. April.
Hi, Rob.
We are on a new time.
It's exciting.
It's a new day for us. Very big deal.
Well, same day.
Well, that's true. New day, new time for us.
New time.
I mean, we're afternoon drive, but we've been promoted.
We have.
The Rob Kendall Show, for those of you new to the program.
Oh, we'll have new listeners now.
We could have potentially new listeners. We're on the drive time.
Oh, we better do a good job today.
Well, Gary could fire us. Those of you who are listening at our traditional 9 o'clock time slot, we are now airing originally at 3 p.m. Wednesdays. This is the replay you're hearing. You're hearing this at 9. If you're hearing it at 3, you're hearing it for the first time. So we take this promotion with dignity, honor, and we will conduct ourselves with the utmost bravery and steadfastness. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah, I could tell you were geared up. Like you came in with your bag. Was it a Wendy's bag or
McDonald's?
Oh, McDonald's. Yeah, do they have did you get it the 267 location?
Uh-huh.
They've got like a late night menu now or something, don't they?
Yeah, well, this is a big pet peeve of mine. McDonald's here in town, there's 2 of them. And after midnight, for the past few months, they had only been serving breakfast after midnight. Most McDonald's would serve dinner and breakfast after midnight and then switch at like 5 to just breakfast.
So you could get a pancake and a Big Mac at the same time.
But ours was not doing that. So
But they have switched.
But now they have switched to the late night menu, so there are some breakfast items, some burger items.
Did you get a Big Mac or did you get a pancake?
I got a
Big Mac cake?
Bacon quarter pounder.
That's on the overnight menu?
Yeah.
So it's a quarter pounder with
cheese and bacon.
Wow.
But I didn't eat the bun.
Oh, so you're being healthy again.
Being healthy.
That sounds extremely healthy. Cheers to you. 10,000 calories.
No carbs. No carbs.
Well, we've got a lot of things to cover today, but we did want to pat ourselves on the back and congratulate ourselves for all we've done for dignity and humanity. Only took us like 6 months.
It's about time.
I know. We've earned this.
Yeah.
Gary called me. He's like, or called me, text, Facebook, something. You're moving to 3 p.m. Good. We're worthy of 3 p.m.
Yes, we are.
We were always better than 9.
We should be at 3 p.m. every day.
We could. Would you like to volunteer your time to do a daily show? Because I really don't have the time to do that.
Gary can pay me to do it.
Well, Gary, we're going to need some cash because it's not cutting it anymore. This 3 p.m. stuff, I tend to make decisions rapidly, and I've decided it's 3 p.m. while nice. Doesn't really matter because we tape the show in advance, so it doesn't really matter at all.
Don't tell our 3 p.m.ers.
But we do welcome all of our friends that are listening at the traditional 9 o'clock slot as well, and those of you listening on the web to our podcast at the We Are Libertarians radio network.
I wonder what Merlin Yoda will do. Will he switch to 3?
He will combust. The problem will be too great for him.
He will not know what to do.
He will take his Merlin and Yoda powers, and he will spontaneously combust.
That's quite the name if you think about it. Merlin and Yoda.
He's my favorite Twitter. What would it be? Twitterer? Twittery?
Well, follower. But like
that?
Merlin, the characters I'm talking about, Merlin and Yoda.
I know.
Together.
And I love that picture. The picture is like a Merlin Yoda guy. It's outstanding.
I don't know why he doesn't have 4,000 followers by now, just from us talking about him.
Like, I love him. I love Merlin Yoda because from the moment I saw his picture, it's like, what was this? And it was...
It's exactly what it says it is.
It's a Merlin Yoda.
It's a Merlin Yoda.
I wonder if he sits around going, I made that. At some point, the guy had to conceive the idea of Merlin Yoda. Maybe we should have
it was while he was on that camel.
We should have him on the show and go, all right, in-depth detail. How high were you when you came up with the concept of Merlin Yoda? So anyway, wherever you're tuned in to us at, we thank you, and we will do our best to uphold the high standards we've set previously for whoever was listening. Maybe they didn't have high standards.
Maybe 3 o'clock has more standards.
Well, I was a former morning guy
when
I was on the Big Talker. I was an overnight guy when I was on the Classic Rocker. I think I got Big Talker, Classic Rocker. That's all I've ever been. Either been a morning guy or an overnight guy. So
No, an afternoon guy.
I am now an afternoon
Is that
guy.
considered drive home at 3 p.m.?
Yeah, I think usually 4 to 6 is like
Yeah.
your drive time, but we're gonna take some credit for this because like Limbaugh's on from noon to 3.
Ugh.
You don't like Limbaugh, do you?
Limbaugh opens up for us.
That's right. Yeah, eat it, Limbaugh. You can keep your 40 million and your 10,000 radio stations. Is it that chick's
And
on the
your
right?
Vicodin.
Rush is over the drugs.
Is he?
He's clean and sober. Thinking good. New wife number 3. Third wife.
How young is she?
She's attractive. Very attractive woman. I only have one wife.
Did you see Newt's first wife?
I thought you said nudes.
Newt's. She just passed away, apparently, I think.
Okay. Was this the one that he was married to? Because has he had 3?
Oh, I don't know. The one that had his kids.
Okay.
It is quite the difference between.
Upgrade.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Well,
you see the first wife or whatever she was, and you're like, this is the wife he deserves. This is the person he should be with. No, I'm sure she's too good for him.
right, because he's a skis-ball.
But I'm talking like based on looks.
Gingrich is a skis-ball.
Gingrich is a total skis bag.
Would you have? Okay, so it's Gingrich against Obama. I know you wouldn't have voted for Obama under any circumstance. Would you have gone third party? Would you? It doesn't make you bad.
Who was third party? No, I wouldn't have gone third
Gary
party.
Johnson, the liar, the
No.
party hopper, Gary. Ooh, I bet that's going to make the We Are Libertarians really
They're going to be so mad at me.
Oh, like they're on fire right now. Because Gary Johnson is a turd, too.
Is he?
Well, he's that guy that he was a libertarian, then he wanted to become governor of New Mexico. He becomes a Republican, so he can be governor of New Mexico. And then he wants to run for president, runs for president as a Republican, gets like 2 votes in the primary, then becomes a libertarian again so he can run for president.
So they shouldn't like him anyway if he's that much of a flip-flopper.
Well, they've got some delusional... We love our libertarian friends, but they've sometimes a little delusional on who's actually a libertarian and who's not. Like the MO for the Libertarian Party lately has been, on the national side, we'll steal disgruntled Republicans. Because they had Bob Barr in 2008 and then Gary Johnson in 2012. There's some great libertarians out there.
Well, if sorry if I just yelled in your ear.
By the way, the Rob Kendall Show has now been removed from the We Are Libertarians
right?
network.
But if Junior runs,
Rand.
If our Rand
Stand with Rand. Pound.
if hashtag stand with Rand,
Is it not pound?
it's hashtag.
But it's the same sign.
It's a pound sign, but we
Yeah,
call that
pound.
hashtag
Pound.
stand with Rand. If he runs
Yes. Go Rand.
as a Republican,
Yeah,
will the Libertarians vote for him?
I think so. Well, here I had a conversation today, this exact conversation.
Because I think if they will agree to vote for him, that would be enough to get him.
Well, that was the conversation I had today, was with someone about this issue, and we've vetted this out at length on this show. Paul Pence is your winning ticket. That's your lottery ticket. Because you got Rand getting the Libertarians, you got Rand probably getting a good amount of Democrats coming across, civil libertarians,
Mm-hmm.
getting those libertarian-minded Republicans like me, and then you got the Gov getting those
Getting the cons.
getting the apple pie on the windowsill American flag in the front yard crowd.
Uh-huh.
It's like an unstoppable alliance. It's better than the U.S. and the Soviets in World War II. Amazing.
We need to make this happen.
We should probably start a website.
Gov, if you're listening, is Paul Pence 2016 already taken?
You should look that
I'm
up.
gonna Google this real
You
fast.
should look that up. Can you imagine? People are listening to this going, what a bunch of delusional idiots. We haven't even made it to the 2014 midterms. And yeah. So let me be very clear. Oh, here, we'll talk to Mark Warner. This way we can tweet at Warner and get him to listen to the show this week. Mark Warner, make this happen. Tell the Gov this is a viable option, that he should consider lending his talents.
PaulPence.com is available. Oh, I forgot.
Crabtree. Paul Pence.
They think we're nuts. Don't even.
Nobody listens to me anymore.
It's
People just stand in my way.
It's open. Paul
Let's
Pence
do it.
2016.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Okay. So lots of stuff happening with us this week. April and I went downtown. We went downtown. We went downtown.
Or 3 o'clock, they're like, what?
What are these two idiots talking about? We went downtown together.
We did.
We were social.
Dion
picked us up.
Dion picked us up.
Better known as April's convertible.
My convertible. April has to drive downtown because Rob's not as accustomed to it as I am.
I don't drive outside the town limits.
So.
Except I did drive to the fair, but normally you're right. I don't really drive down. April's like, we'll tell you why I went downtown in just a second. She's like, should I drive or you? And I said, you drive. I'll make you look more authoritative.
Assertive.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. So we went downtown because...
Well, we got up early on a Monday morning.
So early.
You were like, nobody's going to be there. It's too early. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock. People have been at work since 7:30.
But the best quote was, we're driving downtown. And people are just like, why did you guys go downtown? We're building suspense here. Because why would we get up? You and I usually don't see the...
Why would I be downtown before 1 p.m.
Right.
Is a legit question.
We actually made the case on this when we got downtown that this should not have happened before 1 p.m. We were scoffed at. But I think we were valid. Because, some people keep bankers' hours. We're going to call these April hours.
Yeah.
We're driving... somewhere in Brownsburg, I think. And April is driving. We're heading towards the interstate. April accidentally weaves into the center line, and I said, "April, you have weaved into the center line." She goes, "It's okay. I paid for both sides of the road with my tax dollars." So no, we got in our car. We got in April's car. April finally got in the right on the right side of the road. And we went down to the Capitol building for an event.
Big event.
Huge.
Pretty cool.
I would like to say, though, I think there may have been as many people at my swearing-in ceremony, of which this person participated in 2 years ago. Our dual swearing-in ceremony. Our friend, my former colleague, Dwayne Sawyer, sworn in as the new auditor of the state of Indiana.
We're so proud.
Congratulations, Dwayne.
They grow up so fast. Our little Dwayne.
A week ago, we're having beers at Buffalo Wild Wings.
On my birthday?
On April's birthday.
A week later?
Now he's in the big seat.
2 weeks later?
So we go. It's downtown. We see our man Ethan. We park near the Capitol building. We use the auto pay thing, which is kind of scary. I had to have April show me how to use the
parking meter for those of you that don't know. Rob doesn't know how to use a parking meter.
Well, I know how to put coins in the slot, so I always carry plenty of coins with me. So April showed me how to use the automated. By the way, when I went downtown today for my Medicaid advisory board thing, which we'll talk about in a second, I was gonna park there, and then I was like, nah, just easier to park at the mall parking lot and pay cash.
You did not park at the mall and walk all the way over to the Capitol.
I did because it was cash.
Rob.
Well, I was worried I would not know how to use it, and I was running
close to time. You just slide your card in. It gives you directions.
I was very concerned because I was running short on time.
You were running short on time, so you thought you would just walk an extra half a mile?
It was like a block, in and out. I figured I'll spend that much time sliding that dang card in and out.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
You suburban.
We went, we paid the machine. It was an experience. We walked into the Capitol, and here's all these people in the rotunda. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot of people. And it's like all the Politico people, some Hendricks County people, some state Politico people. And I'm like, oh, cool, let's grab a seat. April and I go to sit down. We are then politely tapped on the shoulder by somebody. I don't know who it was. Somebody exercising authority of some sort. And says, are you on the list? I said, what stinking list are you talking about? The reserve list. I said, of course we're on the list. There's no one more reserved than us. If you were to have an event, how could we not be on the list? What's your name? What do you mean, what's my name? Rob Kendall. No, I don't see you. Well, what does this mean? It means you got to stand in the back. So,
unbelievable.
Yeah, that was total bunk. That we need to talk to Dwayne about that. How were we not on the list?
How were we not on the list?
Yeah, it was an obvious oversight. I bet we were on the list.
Surely we were on the list.
Here's what I'm thinking happened. Dwayne probably makes a list. Now he's very important.
And the other people that are telling him what to do add
Right.
the state reps and the senators and crap to the list, and like those people are more important. We're gonna move your people off. They made sure his family was seated, right. And I think that was their.
I'm pretty sure we were axed.
We got axed.
These two out. Not only will you not sit them in the reserve section, you will no longer communicate with them in public. I think that's why when we went in to shake his hand afterwards, he kind of was looking up at the sky whistling as we were.
No, stop it.
So we are standing up. We are watching the event. Nice deal for me. A lot of my Hendricks County friends are there. Of course, I am a high-ranking government official in Hendricks County. So I was laying on my charm, schmoozing. You were schmoozing. Oh, the best part is, well, I guess we'll get to that in a second. April got strong-armed into parting with U.S. currency. It was after the event, wasn't it? For your.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you tell that story. Anyway, so we're going. Here comes Dwayne. Here comes the Gov. Here comes Dwayne's family. Here comes, I don't know, somebody, Connie Lawson. Somebody else. I don't know. There's a lot of people on the stage. And you're just sitting there the whole time going, we're not going to Brickers anymore.
No more beer, eh?
Dwayne has moved past Brickers.
I made him he said, I talked to him afterwards, and he said, oh, there'll still be beer. I'll still need beer.
I hope so. Dwayne, if you're listening to this, because Dwayne always listens to the show.
Well, will he listen anymore? Will he have time? 3:00, the auditor's office on Wednesday afternoon. He better be listening.
Well, we're podcasted.
You know what? I feel like, and I was telling his wife this afterwards, I feel like his schedule as auditor is going to be more regular for him than as the town council president.
Yes.
He'll be home more in the evenings. It'll be normal, and he won't have the other job like he did when he was president. So I feel he's going to have more time. So
right.
There should be more time for us to have beers.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like I was trying to picture that moment where they probably called him and told him, you're the auditor. And I'm picturing that scene at the beginning of the Flintstones when Fred's feet get moving really fast and he starts shouting, yabba dabba doo.
You're picturing that's what Dwayne was.
Yeah, that was what it was like.
I can see
I don't have to go to the council meetings anymore and get screamed at. See ya.
So excited.
The only people that can undercut my authority I can fire now. So the Gov gets up, starts to say a few words. Mm-hmm. I got to admit to Dwayne, and I'll admit this on the air, this would be like my Field of Dreams moment. Like everybody has that, the premise of Field of Dreams is builds the baseball field so that he can come back and have that dream moment where his dad plays catch with him. You've all seen the movie. This would be like my Field of Dreams moment where Mike Pence is on stage with you and is giving that presidential speech. Mm-hmm. That twinkle in his eye.
Because every speech Mike Pence gives is
the charm in his voice. I already went with twinkle in his eye. Just that, like I feel like for my 30th birthday, I should hire Mike Pence to come to my house and give that sort of speech.
Well,
how much of a campaign contribution do I have to give to hire Mike Pence to play my birthday party?
The opening welcome to your birthday party.
Can you imagine? Anyway, that would be my Field of Dreams moment, to hear that speech given about me. Mm-hmm. And he's giving it for Dwayne. Like, short of, I thought maybe there might be a crown of some sort. Maybe there might be, fire dancers. I don't know. But he gives the big speech.
All of our libertarian friends are laughing right now.
Yes, absolutely. Rob's perpetual fantasy plays out on the air. And then suddenly, here's the new auditor, Dwayne Sawyer.
And the crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes crazy. Well, I mean, those like light applause. It's pretty crazy.
Controlled crazy.
Right.
It is the State House. There were cops.
I feel like when we're there, it's like the remember the like those photos when we were kids. What doesn't belong here? Mm-hmm. Did you do in school? And I feel like people would point at us and go, "Them too, those two." When he gets up, he's giving the speech. He gives a very nice speech about his goals and ambitions and dreams, and we were in the back the whole time just watching it all. taking it all in, fighting for viewing space because it was very crowded. Some guy got in my way, politely tapped him on the shoulder, said, "Please get out of my way." Apparently he was somebody important. I don't know, because that turned into like a big deal afterwards that I asked some guy to politely get out of my way and or say, "Excuse me if you're going to stand in my way and take photos." Because you think like if you're going to take a photo, you'd maybe just politely like say, "You mind if I snake in here real quick and snap a few photos and I'll be on my way?" No problem. The guy did not say that. He just stood in my way. And I'm like, "This is my boy. My boy's on stage. I'm trying to watch this event." I moved him over. Apparently that was a bad idea. So Rob
we'll refrain from naming names on air.
But if I end up floating in a creek somewhere, just remember, tell my story.
I'll know who did it.
Right, you'll know. And if I'm also kicked out of the Republican Party, you'll know who did that too.
The person who you did that to texted me right after you did it, and he said, "Hi." I said, "Oh, I didn't see you there." He said, "Uh-huh." I said, "Sorry, we can't take those guys from Brownsburg anywhere."
Well, here's the thing. And April, the best part is April, like almost immediately, like there's almost shock on your face. "Rob, you've got to pay attention. You've got to know." Well, I don't know
Stop it.
I don't know who this guy is. Because the premise was you couldn't really see, and I was trying to make a path. And afterwards, then I'm like trying to get you in the way, and you're like, "Get off me. Get off me. I don't even know you." But you know me, it's like I just shoot from the hip and say, "Hey, the guy was in the way. He didn't say excuse me. Sorry if this guy hears that. It was not meant to be any ill will. I understand you're very important. I'm terribly sorry that happened to you, that you were briefly asked to move 3 steps to your right. And I'll go my way. You'll go yours. And we'll see each other at future events. Because Dwayne's in the family now." Which means we get invited to all the picnics and family outings and all sorts of cool stuff. So then Dwayne is sworn in. By the way, this is the Rob Kendall Show. That's my name. Joined by the lovely April D. Gregory at our new time slot, 3 p.m. on IndianaTalks.com, or the replay at 9. So we're either the same time or a new time. Talking about the swearing-in ceremony of Dwayne Sawyer for auditor, our guy. I'm so proud of Dwayne.
Yeah.
It's like somebody I know finally did something that didn't involve a trip to the slammer.
Awesome.
So afterwards, you stick around. April and I spent about 20 minutes debating where we should get food. And then at some point, you are approached by a friend.
At some point.
We're standing out in the rotunda. We're socializing.
And next thing we know, I'm a season ticket holder for the Indy 11.
Right. You are approached by your good friend, Carlos May.
Correct.
And I'm not really paying attention to this conversation. I know that you guys are friends, so I'm on to the next person. And then I turn around and I notice he's got a binder of some sort open. And it's like you're getting the Girl Scout cookie sales pitch. And I'm thinking, okay, this is interesting. Will April purchase, or will she worm her way out of this? And then I see a tweet. Moments later, "Hey, go to see your friend's swearing in ceremony." The next thing I know, you're a season ticket holder for what they call the Indy 11.
Yes. Pretty excited, actually. I was going to get tickets anyway. I was pretty sure I was going to, and then...
You're in the fun section.
I'm going to be in the Brickyard Battalion section.
Which is behind the goal.
Yeah, with the fan club.
And you got 2 season tickets?
I did.
And how many home games are there?
15, I think.
That's pretty cheap for the amount they charge.
It averages about $9 a game, I think.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I feel like we should go to at least one game together.
Okay.
I will go.
I can maybe make room for you to go to one game.
I don't know anything about soccer, but I will go.
That's all right.
For the sheer enjoyment. I will
just cheer loud.
Drape myself in a flag.
And maybe a scarf, yeah.
We got this. So, April gets swindled out of a few $100. And it's time to go see Dwayne. You got the big line. You go in there. We're very last. Well, we weren't last. We let somebody cut in front of us.
Well, I think it, it was right that we were last.
We deserve to be last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fitting. So
we got to take the longest.
Right.
And
absolutely. So, we go in there and we're in the line. And now it's like Dwayne's got people. Like there's people standing around him.
Yeah.
And I'm like sitting there because it's like I understand Dwayne's important now, but he's still just Dwayne to me.
Right.
And I start just cracking jokes with everybody in line. And you can tell some of the people are uncomfortable because I'm just, I'm Rodney Dangerfielding it like I always do. And I think you're supposed to take this pretty serious while you're in line. But then all the people start laughing and they start engaging us in the joke cracking.
Yeah, normally when you go to Republican Party events outside of maybe Brownsburg,
right,
you act well behaved.
You were appalled. The look on your face was scary, but the people were having.
This is not how I'm accustomed to acting when I'm surrounded by
because
the
they're
states of the
they're all
Republican
there.
Party.
But I'm just me.
Yeah, I realize that.
You got to admit, everybody we encountered was having a good time. They were laughing. They were telling jokes back.
They were, and they're like, oh, who's this guy with you?
The best part is some woman, lovely woman, don't know her name. We get in a conversation with her, and she says, looks at you at some point and goes, "Oh, is this your lovely husband?" She can't even get the word "huz" out before April goes, literally, "No, no, no." Sitting there, okay. I guess I'm not. We could have played that up for 20 minutes. So I felt like everyone in line had a good time with us. I knew a lot of those people because a lot of them were Brownsburg people, or they knew Dwayne when he was the council president at Brownsburg. So finally, we make our way to the front. We're getting ready to go up and talk to Dwayne, and he's got people standing around it. And it's like, nah, that's just not happening. So you knew one of the people.
I knew all of the people.
Okay. See, you were lecturing me at one point on my lack of knowledge of Indianapolis political people. Mm-hmm. You were very critical of me.
Sorry.
Well,
we'll just work on it.
Well, what reason would I have to know these people?
Well, do you ever want to be auditor someday?
No, I don't. Thank you very much. You've answered your own question. If you were to list the 8 things I wouldn't want to be, auditor would probably be somewhere in the top 8. But so then I start cracking jokes with the guy that's the security detail. And he's uncomfortable that somebody's having a good time while they're there. It is not standing up straight. And that went on for about 5 minutes. And then finally, we got to talk to Dwayne. We got to talk to Dwayne's wife, Melissa. She's the best. We love Mel. Mm-hmm. So little Garrett running around. He's
Tylus.
Yes.
Took
Dwayne's
that tie
little
off
boy.
pretty fast.
And then I'm looking around the office. And as I'm looking around the office, I take note of the bookshelf.
Ooh, our 3 p.m. people might not know this.
That's true.
They might not know about what you're about to speak of.
Yeah, that's true. This is breaking news right here. If you are listening right now at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
And you've never listened before. I'm
going to give you time to call your friends and go, you tune on Indiana Talks. If you're listening on the podcast, if Spangle has not shut us down on the We Are Libertarians radio network, you hit pause and call your friends because this is breaking news. On the bookshelf, this is the auditor of the state of Indiana. His desk is right there. And the books. What he reads, what inspires him to auditing greatness. On the bookshelf, there's a book of Tony Dungy. Actually, if you'll give me a second, I can pull it up on Pick Stitch. Aren't you impressed that I know how to pick stitch?
Yeah.
I bet you didn't know that I would be able to pull that off, did you?
Well, I saw you pick stitching while I think we're in line or we're sitting or something. I'm like,
right.
He's pick stitching.
I'm pick stitching. We are pick stitching.
I was impressed.
Let's hear some of Dwayne's books. Political Warrior, The Life and Times of L. Keith Bullen.
Never heard of it.
There's some glare on this book, so it's making it hard to read. Not Your Parents' Money. There's a Tony Dungy book. Oh, Money Still Doesn't Grow on Trees. So some well-known books. And then, in the middle of all that, Aiming Higher, Words That Changed a State.
That would be Mitch Daniels' book.
Holy smokes, I'm right next to Mitch Daniels? Oh, that's a Facebook post tomorrow. That just made my night. Then right next, in between Political Warrior and Aiming Higher, Words That Changed a State, are the following books. Path Less Traveled and What Aren't You Getting?
And who wrote that book?
Me.
You.
Those are my books.
What?
Ah!
On the auditor's bookshelf?
This is on the auditor's reading list.
I don't believe it.
So at times of trouble and despair, when he's auditing various corrupt entities, he will read my words. It's like I'm hovering above him. So, of course, this gives me the opportunity to plug. You can pick up my new book, Pathless Traveled, on Amazon.com. And be like the auditor of the state and read my words. So that was our trip. That was our downtown trip to see the new auditor of the state of Indiana. We drove together. We laughed together. We cried together. We drove back home together. April tried to visit a local coffee shop, which apparently closed at 1, and she was visibly angry.
It was 1:03.
Yeah.
Just let me
and they
in
were
and have
mocking
some
they were
coffee.
mocking you. And so now life goes on. Had a town council meeting today. It was weird, Dwayne not being there. But as they say, that is life.
Goes on.
So now we are moving forward. We wish Dwayne the best of luck. And we know that if Dwayne ever needs anything, we got his back.
We do.
We are fans of the auditor. Like, I didn't even know who the auditor was probably like a month ago. You're doing what? You're considered for what position? Who's resigning? Huh? What? Huh? It's funny because we knew Dwayne was being considered for this position.
Right.
I was in regular contact with him while he was being considered. And then it's like he gets it. And it's like, oh, no, he didn't.
Well, I mean, it was literally when we found out, it was like oh my gosh.
We know this guy.
It's Dwayne. We were freaking out.
Ah!
Yeah, that's what it was like.
It was nice. I don't usually get emotional about things, so I kind of did the, oh, cool, good for Dwayne. I guess there'll be a party and cake.
There was no cake. There were cookies.
Cookies and some sort of quiche something.
Little quiches. There should have been cake.
Is the plural of quiches quiches?
Quiche?
Quiche.
Well, because
Quiches?
normally quiche is like one big thing and
Right.
not little miniature things.
These were little
These miniature things.
quiches.
There should have been cake, but I feel like there probably wasn't cake because it was in the morning. See, if they would have had it at 1 p.m. instead of 11 a.m., we could have had cake.
Yeah, absolutely. But they had the whole thing. Like they had the armed guys with the guns there. What are they called?
Security.
The flags. Guys that hold the flags.
Oh, the color guard that does
Color
the flag.
guard, yes.
Yeah. The military.
They were doing the orders, the big marching orders.
The
left,
left.
left, right, left.
It was official.
It was huge. I was trying to think of how I would do it if that were me. Now I will never, ever.
You don't really have any say in the matter.
Be the
Dwayne was
auditor of
pretty
the
much
state of
told,
Indiana.
show up at this time.
But I feel like it's
Everything's
my
taken care
party.
of.
Like, let's just play through this for a second. Like if it were us, because it's sort of like your day. Like when we had our swearing in ceremony that Dwayne and I did together.
It's really the state's day, Rob.
We had a pizza party. We had cake. It was a big deal. So it's your day. You do what you want. It's about celebrating your accomplishment. You're right. It is the state's day, but I feel like you should have a personal, put your personal stamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking like
Maybe the quiches were Dwayne's stamp.
Dwayne said, we are having quiches. I feel like I might have had it outside. Maybe with a giant tent.
Oh, yeah.
Balloon animals. Clowns.
The auditor swearing in.
A comedian. Can you imagine?
This is all paid for by taxpayer dollars, you realize?
No, I would have paid for it myself like I did the pizza party when I did my own swearing in. Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I would have paid for this myself, trust me. And it would have been well worth it. And then I would have got up there and said, I've got a few words for you people, and you're going to sit here and listen to every one of them while Bugsy makes some balloon bicycles over here.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine? We'd like to welcome everybody to our auditor swearing in ceremony while some guy over here is telling jokes.
Pence would not approve of this.
We could have
I'm
got.
just telling you right now.
Can you imagine? Hey, let's hurry it up, Gov. I got a swearing in to do. Come on, man.
Somebody make the gov a...
Hurry up! We got cookies! Lemonade!
Stop. New topic.
I will never be the auditor now.
No.
I've sealed my fate. This is the Rob Kendall Show. That's my name. Joined as always by the lovely April D. Gregory. I think we got like a good 25 minutes out of that.
Just talking about Dwayne.
Yeah.
I hope he.
I hope he appreciates that.
Yeah.
Because it was all complimentary.
Yes.
We love Dwayne, and we're very, very happy for him. Anything else exciting happen in your world this week?
Well, I hate when you put me on the spot.
Well,
like
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I just, I felt like it was a wild card. Took a wild card stab at whether something exciting had happened in your world. Might impress me. I mean, last week you nailed me with the fact that your brother refriended you on Facebook
Oh my gosh.
to wish you a happy birthday.
That was out of control. That was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago. That's right. Yeah. Did you have a good birthday, by the way?
Well, what's his name? Got back.
Oh, that really narrows
I
it
can't
down.
say what's his name. We call him the cute boy on the show.
Right. Yes.
He came back from Africa.
That's right. He was on vacation.
Vacation, yes, because people vacation in Uganda.
It's sunny. He went to Uganda. He was doing great work.
It was really like the same weather there. It was still like 80 there, like it was 80
Now,
here.
Uganda is Africa, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we joke about this, but he was actually doing good work.
Yes.
He is a very charitable guy.
Yes.
He is a very decent human being.
Very much so.
He's all about helping others.
Yes.
He's everything I'm not. It's like when you searched for a man, you said, Rob? Bizarro World Rob. And you found him. And congratulations. So he came home. You went to the airport.
Yes.
Picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
Yes.
That next to moving, that's like the deal. So, and he was excited to be back home.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did he have any unique things happen to him while he was in a foreign land doing good work? Anything that you went, wow, that's really interesting? Because you said you were in and out of communication.
Right. There was not a lot of communication.
Nothing.
I don't know. He brought me back some Africa pants.
Go on.
They're like long, baggy pants, like hot pink pants, like the women wear there.
Okay. Have you worn them yet?
No, not yet.
What are they like? Are they
They're
windbreaker pants?
No, but they're like
Jeans?
made out of like cotton,
I feel like
and
this is
they're
not
poofy.
not a summer sort of thing.
No, they're light and airy for like summer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'll have to wear. I have to
Africa
figure this
pants.
out. Yeah.
That sounds fun. I want to get some Africa pants. Hey, if you're listening,
next
time you go, bring me back some Africa pants. Pronto. I'll even pay for them. How much? What is a dollar? Like $1 million Ugandan dollars? You know, I mean, you could live like a king over there. But that's awesome that he did that. He's a good guy, and we are fans of your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
We should start a Facebook page. And we could just put like a paper bag over his head and a big question mark.
It was.
I mean, but you think about that. Like, you go through your life and certain things are made up to be, you make certain things up to be big or bigger than they are. And then you see a guy like this who's out in the world. He's doing good things. He's
Right.
doing great work. And that's awesome. By the way, speaking of our libertarian friends earlier, provided we are still being podcasted on the network, I do want to say thank you to our friends Chris Spangle, Ryan Ripley, and Joe Ruiz. They had me on the Shill Report, which is a program heard on the We Are Libertarians radio network, in addition to IndianaTalks.com.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in radio for, I did the math, 11 and a half years. That's some of the most fun I've ever had.
The Shill Report?
The Shill Report. This was great. It's all four of us sitting around talking.
Is it just a men thing? Is this sexist or what?
No.
They didn't ask me to be on.
They love you. We spent the first 10 minutes of the show talking about you. Big surprise. Everywhere I go. How's April? I can't go anywhere now. You're not the focus of my conversation. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. No, I'm sure they would tape a special show for you at 3 a.m. if you called up Spangle and said, Spangle, get out of bed. Time to do a show. We're ready to go. Okay. No, I had a blast with those guys. Spangle, of course, former head of the Libertarian Party. I feel like Spangle is deceivingly smart. He's one of those guys that has a keen intellect and is willing to pounce with it at any time.
Uh-huh.
But he doesn't rub it in your face.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I were smart, I would rub it in people's faces. If I were super smart.
He's such a nice guy.
He's great. We love it. He wears the tie-dye shirts.
He does.
It's awesome.
I feel like those are leftover from the campaign.
I think they are. We had some Rupert conversation. I actually asked him, I said, what would it take for me to, and I'm not going to tell you the answer is because we want you to go, you can go listen to the Shill Report radio program, the podcast of this. But I actually asked him at one point, what would it take for me to be the next Libertarian nominee for governor? And we had a little discussion about that. So there's actually a blueprint apparently to become the Libertarian nominee for governor. They're currently taking applications. Maybe Rupert's going to run again. I don't know. What do you think about, like, Libertarians only get like 2% of the vote, and they did really well both in the governor's race
and the Senate race.
Now the Senate race was because the other guy was just made a few mistakes.
We're not going there again.
But anyway, so I want to say thank you to those guys. I had a blast, a lot of fun, and Ruiz and Ripley are both and ran for office too at some point, so they kind of understood a lot of what we were talking about. So, and Spangle's like a media guy.
Yes.
So maybe Spangle could get us a radio show somewhere, like on the radio.
Work on that, Spanky.
Come on, Spangle, you can do it. April will be indebted to you forever.
Wow.
Also, wanted to promote, I've got a new column coming out. I talked a little bit about it last week, but the column is done. It is set for publication on the newvoiceforpolitics.com website. It's coming out of their next newsletter. And I write all about how young people can present themselves in a way that will help themselves get elected, what young people should do if they're running for office, on how to get elected. So you can sign up for free. It's totally free. newvoiceforpolitics.com. Simply sign up, and you can read my writing. Doesn't that sound enthralling?
Does it come as an email?
Yes, and you can also find it on the website. Send it to you. You can click it through. You can, however you want to do it. I'll get it to you, whatever you want to do.
Autographs?
Well, they've got good editors over there. I'll say that.
Good.
Like, if I'd have had these editors on my book, it would have saved me like 3 months getting my book done. That's what I told them when they emailed it back. I was like, holy smokes, you guys have editors. What a terrible writer I am. Thank you for fixing all of my mistakes. And 2, where were you guys like 3 months ago? So it's exciting. And this is geared towards trying to get young people involved in politics and economics. That's the premise of this new voice for politics. 18 to 40 is their age range. And they said, Rob, you do.
Well, that's a pretty big range of young people.
Well, but that's a lot of the people that are involved, you know.
I guess the young Republican clubs and crap are
Youngish.
8 to 40.
Younger Republicans.
Some people there are over 40.
Right. So but you don't have to be 18 to 40 to read it. There is no disclaimer that says if you are over 40 years old or under 18, you cannot read it.
Might be young at heart.
Yeah, I think you will enjoy this read. I would think you enjoy the nice editing help that I got. Man, I would have been a better writer all these years ago if I need an editor.
I mean, surely you can have somebody on retainer and be like, hey, I'll pay you.
But then you got to pay them. These people do it for me for free.
Yeah, but I'm saying, next time you write your book.
Well, I'm going to use these people.
You're gonna have to pay them.
No. It appears like they're really into editing. Like they're really into the grammar.
They're just gonna. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, newvoiceforpolitics.com is the website, and I encourage you to log on and check that out. So this is the Rob Kendall Show. That's my name. Joined as always by the lovely April D. Gregory. We welcome those of you tuning in on our new time. 3 p.m. on IndianaTalks.com or a replay now at 9. Thank you for doing that. You can check April out on Twitter at April D. Gregory. I am at Rob M. Kendall. And we would encourage you to follow us. I can't speak for April, but I'm a back follower. If you follow me, I follow you back, even if I don't know you. I'm into what you have to say.
I ain't no follow back girl.
Oh.
See what I did there?
But we say interesting things on Twitter.
So there's this cool thing out now.
Yes.
I just heard about it today. It's called the ramen burger. Like the bun is ramen and there's a burger in the middle.
Wow. So where would one get that?
Somehow the buns form together.
Uh-huh.
Well, we'd have to go to the West Village in New York.
Oh, so it's not local. I can't shop local and get that.
I mean, Brooklyn. It was in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So how do you get these noodles to stick together like a bun? I don't know.
Now, see, this seems like something that I could be seeing in my supermarket line at some point in the frozen food section.
I hope so.
Frozen ramen burger. And I could put in my microwave.
How do we get these ramens into a bun?
It just fascinates you, doesn't it? You are so pro food. Speaking of food, did you ever get to the state fair this year?
No, I did not go.
Disappointed in you.
Well, I've already had all that food.
I know, but it's like we
Well,
said.
and like, Key Boy was out of town,
I volunteered to go with you.
but we ran out of time.
We
Like
did.
you had stuff going on. I had stuff.
I did.
I don't know. Well, and plus I was trying to eat healthy last week, and I started doing the Advocare again, taking that stuff last week. So throwing in a bunch of fried food.
As Taco Bell says, live Moss.
Well, I'm not gonna live Moss if I'm dead at 40 because I'm eating Taco Bell.
Where's the April that I have known to
I know,
come
right?
to know and love?
I just
You're just not the same when you're healthy
I
and
have
responsible.
to alternate weeks. Like
Yeah,
1 or 2 weeks I'll be healthy, then I'll go.
Yeah. One week
Eat
you're
fried
Batman, the next week you're
cupcakes.
Bruce Wayne. You're back and
Yes,
forth. You're
exactly.
you're all over the map. I feel like you just keep negating your progress, though. I feel like you go like, oh, progress, must eat cupcake.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I'll lose 10 pounds, gain it back. Lose 10 pounds, gain it. That's pretty much how my life goes.
It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. You have managed to maintain your fan base.
Yeah.
Does your boyfriend know he's dating a celebrity?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
You don't have that conversation?
We don't. He probably can tell when my text messages and my tweets
Right.
are blowing up. I think he can probably tell.
Is he into politics?
He definitely pays attention. He doesn't vocalize it so
Right.
much. Like
So he's an advice man.
he's very. What do you mean?
You're dating an advice man. He's a man that processes things. He gives good advice,
Yes, he does
and he's
that.
not a vocal about his.
Not publicly, like
Right.
he doesn't tweet about politics,
Right.
and but he definitely pays attention and
Right.
and
He's a world traveler. He's well-rounded, well-renowned.
yes.
Right. See, I could not say that about the opposite sex that I associate with. I feel like you do better than me. Like,
Well, I've been waiting a few more years for this, so it's about time.
right. You're very picky.
I am.
Some of it you are extremely picky.
Very, very picky.
You are. I mean, you are.
Oh,
You're lasered in.
Mm-hmm.
I am not lasered in.
It was worth it.
Yeah,
It was worth being lasered in.
that's good.
So I'm telling you that. You should maybe be more rocket arm, laser-like focused.
I feel like that would be a lot of work, though.
It's not very much work. It's easy.
Yeah. Do you think I'm needy?
Needy?
Yeah, like needy. You can be honest.
In what way?
Well, like, do you feel like I need like the help?
I feel like sometimes you can be needy, but
Really?
other times you're just like, eh.
Right. I feel like most of the time, I feel like I'm pretty independent. But I was
Yeah.
told the other day that I could be needy. I'm like, definitively, you are needy. But I'm worried like there's a needy side of you.
There might be a little needy side of you.
Would that be a big deal for you? Like, let's just say we were hanging out.
I don't like needy. No. It depends on like what it would be, I guess. But
Right. Because I always look at it as like dating is, you know how I am. I've got my team.
uh-huh.
Like, I have a very close knit group on my team,
Right.
and we don't really expand the team very often. And there's like a spot for each person on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like April is on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And usually if there's a serious girlfriend, she gets to be a part of the team. And part of the team means you get into the inner circle. But the people on the inner circle are the only people I really talk to about my feelings.
Uh-huh.
So I was just curious. I mean, outwardly, I don't think I'm needy.
No.
No, okay. All right. I just wanted your professional opinion.
Right.
Because you're a people watcher.
I am.
You are. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I
I feel like there's something you really want to say.
forgot.
You're like you zoned. Like you were so into it. Like you got your eyes
I
got
had a
so,
question. I had a question.
your eyes
I
got
just
so intense right
forgot.
there. And then it was almost like that look you get on your face when you have the brain freeze when you've eaten your Frosty too fast. Like you had that.
Oh, I had that last night. I was eating my frozen yogurt too fast.
Was it Froyo
Yeah.
from Lucas's parents?
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
This time I tried, because normally I get like the creamy, ice creamy-ish flavors, like the cotton candy and the
Oh.
cheesecake and the cake. Well, my favorite is cake batter or red
I
velvet.
feel like that's not in the Advocare.
No. So last night, to be healthy, I got like the fruit-flavored, gluten-free, dairy-free, blah, 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 pineapple and
Blah,
orange.
blah. Did you throw it out? This isn't food. This is torture.
It was torture. No, it was good still. But I think it's just more colder because it's not creamy.
I don't think more colder is proper grammar.
So it gave me, eyeball freeze.
Oh, right. Those are the worst.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like you're going to die.
Yes.
I mean, like, it's like...
And then, like, when your throat freezes, too, and you're just like, well, I can't really imitate it on air.
Well, I mean, it is an odd feeling when you have that brain freeze. Like, if you drink a slushie too fast or, whatever it might be. I mean, that's really a big deal. By the way, speaking of big deal, I talked to our man Abdul the other day, and Abdul says he's going to do the show.
Oh, now we've just called him out publicly.
We have Odul.
Oduls.
Abdul, you're on notice. We just taking the liberty of letting everybody know that. I asked him, I said, Abdul, what's it going to take to get you out here to do the show? You know what his response was? Cocktails.
Hey, he's pretty easy. Just give him a cocktail and cigar. He's good.
Abdul's the man.
Yeah.
Abdul was doing the mornings at XNT when I worked for the Indians broadcast team when they were on XNT. So that was when I was younger, like 1920. So Abdul's sort of like a nostalgic celebrity to me because that was when he was rocking his in his heyday over there at XNT.
Yeah.
So but anyway, he said he's gonna do it. So hopefully soon. We'll be able to talk about. He was doing this kind of cool thing. If you're a fan of Abdul or do not know about Abdul, he's doing this thing now where he's going to shop on a food stamp budget.
Snap challenge. A lot of people have done the snap challenge. It's
Really?
been proven.
So it's not unique. Like
time and again.
He's not like a visionary on this.
No. Well,
Okay.
He's a visionary on this because the entitlement chick at the Indy Star,
Erica D. Smith, as opposed to April D. Gregory.
Yeah, her and I were just BFFs. Let me tell you.
I've heard this.
Well, she just did a thing in the paper in the Indy Star. She's an opinion columnist.
Right. She's a lefty.
Don't get her confused with an actual journalist because rest assured she did no research into this article.
Right.
And just basically said you cannot live on a food stamp budget, which actually, as a matter of fact, you can indeed feed a family of 4 for less than $133 a week.
Oh, it's a week. That's what Abdul's trying to live off of.
Yes.
134.
No, it's 33 a person.
Because I can make it out of Walmart usually on like $60 for the week. Now, granted, I don't live quite like this.
It's 33 person, so for a family of 4, that's $132 a week.
Right, but I think the premise of what Abdul's trying to prove is
he's proving $33 a week.
Right, and so he's got this challenge thing. So hopefully, when it's done, we'll be able to talk to him about it. It's kind of interesting to me. I thought this was like a visionary thing, but apparently, you're telling me like lots of people have done it.
I know a lot of people that have done it. And yeah, I have my friend Emily in Chicago. She and her husband were eating gourmet meals every night. I mean, they were eating better on this snap challenge than they normally do. Normally you just eat your mac and cheese out of the box. Like they were eating.
It's a big deal.
Extravagantly.
Huh. So it's like the quarter behind the ear trick. Everybody's done it. It's like par for the course.
But it's not been done locally. And the article in the Star did get a lot of attention, so it'll be good for him to do this.
Abdul's the man. I feel like Abdul can pull it off. So we'll see what happens. Got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes to go in our program today as we move into our new drive time slot on Wednesday afternoons at 3 p.m. And then our replay at 9 p.m. So don't forget, you can tell your friends moving forward, the Rob Kendall Show is now 3 p.m. air date on Wednesdays with a replay at 9 p.m. So that is different from what we've been doing in the past.
Will we still be replayed on Thursday mornings
I think
too?
so. I think we're still getting our regular replay, but I think we were doing well enough, and Gary's kind of taking a little hiatus. He said, hey, let's move these suckers into the
let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's rock this. Tell all your friends.
We're vining.
We are...
We're
what
nothing.
should we call this?
We're still just Rob.
We're afternooning.
We're afternooners, which is good because we're normally just getting up at 3 p.m.
Right.
So, April, it's 2:30. Get up. It's time to do the show.
Great.
So again, like I said, make sure that all your friends know. We kind of harped on this today, but it's a new thing, so we want everybody to be aware because I feel like we have a lot to offer the listening universe, and we can really be a positive influence in your life if you allow us into your homes and hearts.
We want to be.
We do. We give great
that
advice.
influence.
And we sort of give like broad scope advice, even though we talk about us. You can really apply it to you. Because chances are you've had the same problems we have at some point.
Like maybe your friend's been sworn in as auditor before.
YOLO!
Or maybe you're a needy person like Rob is.
Right. But I think we determined I'm not needy. I'm needy within the confines of my team.
Maybe, but are you needy within the confines of the people you date?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it was someone within the team that.
No. What I'm saying is like it was.
I need names.
Well,
America wants to know.
I know America does not care. In fact, America care less as they're changing their. Well, they can't change their dial. You can change your internet feed, I suppose. No, it is somebody that I've been hanging out with,
Mm-hmm.
and she kept saying, she's like, you're pretty robotic about your emotions, and I said, well, I don't let people in until, they're on the team. Once you get, it's like The Godfather, welcome to the family.
Mm-hmm.
You're a made man or woman or whatever. So we kind of had a little talk about what you get once you get into the team circle, and she was saying because you rely so heavily on your team, that you might be a little needy.
No, I think, don't we all have a close group of friends or two?
Some people, I know, but I'm very cut off, like on the outside, like onto the outside people. Like I don't talk about my emotions, or I don't show a lot of emotion.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like
Right.
I don't just go around emoting to everybody. Like that's.
But a lot of people do. A lot of people are pretty open about how they feel about things.
Yeah, no.
That's why we're two peas in a pod.
Okay.
So
yeah.
But here's the thing: we gave April veto power on who can be on the team. So at some point there may be a new membership applicant. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We'll check them out.
Yeah, no, you'll do a thorough background check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. Name, ID, social security number. Thank you.
One major credit card.
Yes, thank you very much. Real quick, we'll wrap up. You are, of course, an avid sports fan, football fan.
Yes.
You love football.
Uh-huh.
Colts are back. Wanted to say congratulations to my friend Matt Overton, long snapper for the Colts.
Did he even play on Sunday?
He did play.
Okay.
Their fourth down guys play the whole game. Snapper, kicker, punter, because they only play like 6 plays,
right?
So they've got to be out there. Colts did good. They did well. Colts did well.
Yes. So there's that.
Yeah, and Matt did a great job snapping. He got down, made a half tackle on one of the plays.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I do. I leech on.
You're leeching onto the long snapper now.
Yeah, we love Overton. He's great. We tweet back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Heck of a guy. Does a ton of stuff for charity. Good guy. He'd probably be friends with your boyfriend. Both charity men of charity, giving back to the community. That's what it's all about.
It is.
So anyway, congratulations to the Colts, and we're excited about moving forward with the 2013 NFL campaign. Closing thoughts?
Rob, why do you always do this to me?
I figured maybe you had something unique. I'm going to ask you, even if it's just simply, hello, mother. Hello, brother. Hello, family. Hello, Merlin. Any of these would do.
I hate you.
You're going to...
Well, I'm not expecting the show to be ending right now, and I'm not ready for...
I give you a countdown as we're going through the show. We've got about so and so minutes left, which, at some point in the near future, I'm going to say, closing thoughts.
I'm just going to start writing a closing speech or something.
You should. You should have Dwayne help you because he gave a great speech the other day. Maybe he could help you write your closing thoughts.
I'll have his people help me.
Absolutely. Because he does have people now. Hey, you're not using her today. Over here. I need some help with my closing thoughts. This was some compelling radio. We were pleased to do it. My closing thoughts. I want to thank our friend Gary Snyder at Indiana Talks. Thank you for trusting us to be in this new drive time slot. We will not let you down. I want to thank our friends at the We Are Libertarians Radio Network. Thank you for not taking our podcast down. And we want to thank the listeners. As always, couldn't do it without you guys. You're the bomb.
YouareTheBomb.com. Tell your friends.
All right. For the lovely April D. Gregory, been listening to The Rob Kendall Show.